Claremore campus. I appreciate everybody being here this morning. Thank you for spending time out of your day to come celebrate your child, your students with us this morning. Today is going to be a fantastic day for us as we do our graduation completion ceremonies. And we're going to do our first one with the Early Childhood Development Program. So we're really looking forward to this. But I would like to introduce a couple of people before we get started. Dr. Ravonda Higgins in the back is our Deputy Superintendent starting July 1 for Northeast Tech. Welcome. Thank you. We've got Charles Murphy, our student advisor here for the Claremore campus. And as well, Miss Chastity Long, who is our Yeah, give it up, guys, give it up. But good morning again. Thank you for the time to come celebrate with us. We really, really appreciate you guys being here. Family and friends and support staff here in the group that are here to help celebrate these students. It's been a great year, a long year. We're finally coming to the completion part of this and really looking forward to what these students are going to do in their future. Parents, feel free to take pictures in the middle row here. It'll be kind of the firing zone. We've got some other students going to take pictures and things like that. But this is your moment to celebrate your child, your students, so please take that time. And next up, I'm going to introduce Mr. Murphy to come up and start our graduation ceremony. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be fine. All right, one more quick announcement. We are going to stream this live, so if you have family members that weren't able to make it today, Miss Long shared the link. It's a YouTube link with each one of your students that are here today, so if you want to look at it later, I don't know how long it'll be up. I would imagine it'll be up just for a short period of time. But once again, to echo Mr. Bird's sentiments, so glad to see you guys this early in the morning. But your students are going to help with daycare afterwards, so we're really appreciative of them going first to help us out with that. So really quick, I've got a couple of recognitions in your program that you have. We had several students in early childcare that received NTHS, which is National Technical Honor Society. They're designated in the program with an asterisk, but if those young ladies and young men in early childcare, if you would just stand if you're an NTHS so we could recognize you, just stand where you're at. We had quite a few in this room. Good job, people. And NTHS is National Technical Honor Society. We recognized these students a couple weeks ago with our ceremony. Congratulations, you all. And then my last recognition, we always have student ambassadors that we choose from every one of our programs and every one of the 9 sending schools that's part of our Claremore campus. And Miss Long had 2 students that were featured in our advertising and posters at their high school. Hopefully these 2 students shared the poster with you. If not, that'll be a conversation after the ceremony, I would imagine. But we've got certificates for Tylee Howard and Serenity Barton. They were our 2 student ambassadors. All right, so now it's time for what you guys came for. It's time for our completion ceremony. All right, first up, Alyssa Obb. Arlie Williams. Bethany Crouch. Julie Mullins. And as they're coming on stage, Miss Long is also has their certifications they earned this year. Yee. Kaylee Sparkman. Kai Tiger. Michaela Carlson. Michaela Bishop. Miley West. Rayleigh Hartley. Serenity Barton. And our last student in the AM, Tylee Howard. All right, moving to our PM. Oops. Rain Schomburg. Alexander Samsel Foreman. Brianna Gonzalez. Sierra Catron. Evelyn Morales Romero. Haley Masters. Caitlin Sweeney. Katie Stacy. Caden Gordon. Leah O'Neill. And last, Olivia Dutton.
Guys. So I'm Miss Long. I'm the early childhood development instructor here at Northeast Tech. Um, this year has been great. It's actually flown by so fast, but it has been my absolute pleasure to teach your students. They have excelled in all things childcare and working with children. You can definitely see their passion every day when they shadow in our childcare centers. And that's another special shout out that I would like to give because we're live streaming is all of those childcare centers here in Claremore that allow us to come out and shadow every Tuesday and Thursday. It just builds an extra piece in class. Instead of just the textbook, they get to be hands-on and see how kids learn and develop in real time. Um, so Serenity Barton wanted to share a piece that she wrote. She's going to close us out today. Afterwards, there'll be pictures in the back with the background. We'll just clear out of here by like 8:55 or 9, okay? Okay, Serenity.
I wanted to take a few minutes and paint a picture of what it's really like to be an early child care provider. When people hear the words early childhood development, they usually imagine the basics. Changing what feels like a million diapers, chasing little ones around, singing the ABCs until it's stuck in your head for days, fixing broken toys like a part-time mechanic, picking Play-Doh out of carpet and scrubbing crayon off of every surface you can think of, and endless laughter. It's wiping noses and tying shoes. It's being called teacher like it's your superhero name. It's big hugs from tiny arms, silly stories that don't always make sense in those unexpected moments when a child says, I love you, and suddenly your whole day is better. But there's so much more that people don't talk about and always see. They don't see the hard days, the tears, the tantrums, the moments when a child is feeling something so big that words don't explain it. They don't see the setbacks and you start to wonder, why did I do something wrong? You try to say the right things and do the right things because you know your words and actions matter. It's teaching kids how to handle their feelings while you're even still trying to learn your own. It's being patient even when your patience is running really low. It's staying calm when a child is upset because in that moment you need to be their safe place. It's cheering them on when they try something new, even if it's something small, because in their world it's a big deal. It's learning to be gentle, strong, and kind, and understanding all at the same time. Being around kids every day teaches you things no classroom ever could. And honestly, you grow as much as they do. It's not always easy. Some days are exhausting, some days are emotional, but every single moment you share with a child means more than you'll ever realize. Somebody once told me, make the best impact on a kid before you can't anymore. At the time, I didn't fully understand what that meant or the weight that it carries, not until this year when I had to attend the funeral of a 4-year-old boy I used to care for. There's no words for that kind of grief. It stays with you, it changes you, and after that, you see every hug differently. You listen more closely and you speak with more kindness. Because now I understand every child matters and every day matters, and we don't always know if we'll get tomorrow. So anyone to think so anyone thinking about working with kids or even just spending time around them, show up, be present, and be kind, because the impact you make, it could mean everything. Some days, the people who make the biggest difference in your life aren't the loudest or the most obvious. They're the ones that show up every day, who listen, who guide, who challenge you in the best ways. They're the ones that give you a chance. I didn't wake up one day knowing all the things I know now. I didn't start this journey with all the answers or even all the confidence. But I did walk into a classroom where somebody saw something in me, saw something I hadn't quite seen in myself yet, and that somebody was Chastity. So, on behalf of my classmates, I want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in us, not just as students, but future professionals and people with potential. Thank you for saying I'm proud of you, especially on the days we felt like we weren't doing enough. Thank you for your patience, even when we tested it even more than a few times. For showing us grace when we didn't always make the best choices. Thank you for being somebody we could turn to, not just for school challenges, but with life challenges. Thank you for listening without judgment, for understanding without needing all the details, and always being honest with us in the way that helped us grow. You didn't teach us how to work with children. You showed us what it means to care for people. You taught us compassion is more than kindness. It's paying attention. It's putting effort in even when no one sees it. It's being consistent when it's hard. You remind whew, you reminded us showing up for others, especially children, takes heart. A lot of people respect what you do, and they should, but the respect you've earned in this classroom from those who got to learn directly from you, that's different and that's real. Because you didn't just go through the motions. You gave us real experiences. You talked to us like we mattered. You made lessons feel real and the goals feel possible. You challenged us, inspired us, and supported us all at the same time. You didn't just prepare us for a career, you shaped who we're becoming. So yes, thank you Northeast Tech for opening the door and giving us this opportunity. But even a bigger thank you goes to you, Chastity. Thank you for being a safe place. Thank you for guiding us with patience and truth. Thank you for your hard work, your energy, and your example. Thank you for never giving up on us, even when we're all still trying to figure it out. Because of you, we walk out of this program stronger, more capable, more compassionate, and ready to go into the world to make a difference, just like you made in us. You didn't teach us, you changed us. You're the pure definition of what the word teacher means, and for that, we'll always be grateful. Thank you, guys.
And that's why she closes it out, because I couldn't say it any better. If you want to meet in the back to take pictures, you can. Once again, thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you for being Thank you for being alive.
Yeah, don't talk to me.
It was really important. These two students volunteered a lot of their time during class to go and talk to other students and programs about the importance of safety on our campus. So at this time, we want to recognize Roy Massey and Dayton McNichols. Come on up. You might want to. Was there anybody else that was on the committee? Blake, if you guys will stand up, and Owen, I don't know why we don't have yours. Stand up, Alex, Cutter. Yeah, you guys can get on up too. We don't. I guess you guys got your certificates earlier. Take the little sticker off there, Roy. Dayton. There you go. There you go. There we go. Yeah, these are the last two that didn't get them. So here's your safety committee for 24-25. Good job, gentlemen. All right, come on down. Yeah, just practice here. You got a lot of practice going on there. So.
All right. So yesterday we had fun day, yes? Yes, Miss Kelly went out and played human foosball. Has anybody ever heard of human foosball? You know what foosball is? Make that with humans. And we did that out front. Had a great time. Got a couple of good bruises from a couple of y'all. Won't say who. Yeah, I know, right? I'll be hitting you up for more money later for the foundation. So, with that being said, I just want to tell all my parents, grandparents, everybody, I love these kids. This is my job, but it's also my heart. And I'm going to try not to get emotional. But when they're here with me, they are mine. And I will protect them and love them with everything I have. And I hope they all know that. And I just want the best for all of them and success. So, congratulations. I love you most. And I just wish the best for everybody. Thank you.
We're good? Are you sure? Okay. All right. So, man, Academy Awards before show, that must be a lot. So, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I'm Charles Murphy. I'm the student advisor. So, at this time, I think everybody's here. And I'm going to introduce Mr. Mark Bird. He'll get this thing going.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Good morning, parents, guardians, students. Welcome to Northeast Tech Claremore's graduation completion ceremony. I'm looking out here and all these young men and young women. You guys really dress up nice. You look really, really good. And some of you guys don't even recognize because you don't have your ball caps on. So it's a little bit different to see you with your hair fixed and those types of things. But again, welcome. And thank you for taking some time out of your day to come celebrate your student, your children, your child, and to help celebrate with us. We are so proud of these graduates this morning. They've worked really, really hard this year. It's been a long road, and we're finally getting to the very end. And like Miss Kelly said, I wish you guys the best of success moving forward in all your endeavors. And if there's anything you guys ever need from us as individuals or Northeast Tech, please let us know. We're here to help support you. Parents, this middle row right here is kind of the firing line for pictures. So when your student crosses the stage and you want to get a picture, please come forward and do that. We'll take the time for that as well. I know we've taken group pictures, and after the ceremony, there's backdrops and back. You can take pictures back there as well. But we appreciate you guys being here, and thank you so much. We'll get moving, but I want to introduce Mr. Steve Maynor. He is our instructor the last 9 weeks. We really appreciate what he's done for us. And then Mr. Murphy already kind of introduced himself, but Charles Murphy is the student advisor here on this campus, and he has done wonders with these students as well. So let's go ahead and get this ceremony on the move. All right.
All right. So first off, in your programs, I've had the opportunity as the student advisor to work with different sections of our campus. So I want to recognize our NGHS members first. In the program, if your child has an asterisk or like a pie-looking symbol, we're going to explain those in a minute. But we had several HVAC students that were National Technical Honor Society. So if those students would just stand to be recognized, we had a ceremony for them a couple weeks ago, but they well deserving of that honor. So good job, gentlemen. All right. Thank you. All right. And then the second group that I get a chance to work with is we have student ambassadors. So every one of our programs, every one of our 9 standing schools, we choose students to represent us in our marketing materials, posters, website. Hopefully these students shared their poster with you, because each one of these students had a chance to be featured on a poster for their school, and they received a copy. We actually have them at the front, and then next year we'll kind of move them on through. But this is the 4th year that our district has had this program, and these students have gone above and beyond. They've helped us with Sophomore Showcase. They've helped me out in their schools doing presentations. So they're just a remarkable bunch. It could have been any of the students in HVAC, but these are the ones that were chosen. So we have Owen Hayden. Come on up. Mr. Blake Shelton. Alex Kirscher. And then lastly, Cutter Sutton. Good job, people. Awesome. All right, so now we're going to head to the completion ceremony. So, Mr. Maynor, we're going to have you come on stage. And so now we're going to recognize our completers. And so this will be opportunities for people to take pictures, but we're going to start with Abigail Spain. All right. Aiden Taylor. Alex Kirschker. Brendan Monk. Caden Housebrook. Finley Atchison. Jacob Schugert. Jared Dorsey. Jose Salinas. Kevin Chambers. Kai Manning. Cutter Sutton. Mason Jones. And our last AM student, Horacio Flores Hernandez. All right, moving to our PM now. Ace Benedict. Arturo Bejarano. Okay. Austin Galvin. Blake Sheldon. Playback. Dayton McNicholas. Elijah Welch. Franklin Beats. Henry Barrett. Jonah Weldon. Kenneth Sukup. Owen Hayden. Raylan Dubois. Roy Massey. And then last, Ryven Buchanan. Okay. All right. This time, Mr. Maynard's got a couple words to say.
We took some time out in the class this year. I just had a short time with your guys, 8 to 9 weeks to get to know them, and I grew to relationships with every one of the guys here. Sorry I've lost my voice. Yelling at them all for the past 8 weeks. I ain't had my voice in 8 weeks now, but hopefully we got through. But I took some time yesterday and the last week to go over everything, and I got 4 awards I'd like to give to the kids. They did an outstanding job. Each one of these kids stayed in there, and they had a lot of adversity going through this year. I mean, tons of adversity. And hopefully we got together and we got some stuff going, and I'd like you to know that we ended up setting, what was it, 6, 7 systems and everything in the last 8 weeks. And I'm really proud of the guys that they all kicked in. Both bunches did it together. We hooked up, we did everything. We even, some of us got to go up on the roof and play in the mornings. We did it during mornings, and we worked on the schools units and serviced and all kinds of things. And we just had a great time, except a couple of them wanting to try to jump off the roof. Other than that, it was okay. I mean, I had to have eyes in the back of my head when we was up there. Caught a couple of them pretending to fall off the roof and so forth. But anyway, so I had the kids vote on who they thought was the greatest helpers in the class, okay? And I wanted to throw my 2 cents in on it. So we come down to 3 kids. And then I got a special award to give at the end. So I'd like for Aiden to come forward. And did Aiden leave? Owen and Cutter. Hopefully, they keep on measuring how far they go in life. And I got gift cards so they can go forward. one last award, and I will get Aiden's to his. This last award, I don't know if guys knew, probably most of you parents know your kids don't like to clean. There's one thing about a shop I like is it to be cleaned. And we got down at first and we cleaned the shop and we did some other things. And we had one student that always was cleaning, doing stuff. He'd get the vacuum cleaner out and he'd suck dust. He'd sweep. I'd look out there after everybody had left and he would stay over and sweep. And I just had to give him an award for the outstanding job he did. Franklin, come forward.
All right, thank you, Mr. Maynard. All right, I'm going to have Mr. Bird help me, but we actually had a student in this class that had perfect attendance for the whole year. And I believe it's just one, right, Mr. Bird? Or do we have two? Okay, I know one. Okay. All right, we actually had two, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. We only had 5 students in our whole campus that achieved that this year, but real quick, we'll have Roy Massey and we'll have Jared Dorsey. Perfect attendance. Good job, gentlemen. All right, and then we have one more award. Our campus has over 250 students, adults and high school students that we serve either full-time, all day long, or AM session and a PM session. And so we select a male student of the year and a female student of the year for our campus. And the male student of the year comes from the HVAC program. This student, I can't say enough about him. He is just an amazing young man. He's got a bright future. Anytime Mr. Bird and myself or Officer Mullenix needed something done, he was here. He would come on his days off. He would help us sophomore showcase. He was as wore out as I was. He was presenting. He was getting the kids hyped. Anytime that Mr. Maynard needed anything in the shop, this young man stepped up. I could have given this award to any of the HVAC students because really this kind of embellishes all of their attitudes in this class. They all took a leap this year and did great. But this student, like I said, I can't say enough great things about him. But Blake Shelton, you're our campus student of the year.
One more thing we're going to throw another crown on Blake's. We had a short time. GRDA called and wanted me to send somebody, and I had 2 hours to do this, okay? And it was the day the electric went out and it was chaos. We all got sent home, and I was like, I got emailed from a lady and said, is there any way you can put together a couple of students from your night class, grown men? And I was like, I've taught 8 years here at night. And I was like, I'm not teaching night. But I said, I tried to get a hold of 2 or 3. Blake responded back. And I'd like you to know that Blake was one of the ones that received the apprenticeship for this summer at GRDA. And that just adds another feather in his cap.
So parents, grandparents, significant others, we just want to say thank you. This is the first year we ever had HVAC. When I sold this program to your sons and daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, they had to do this program hoping that it was going to be everything they wanted. Mr. Maynard's done phenomenal the last 8 weeks. A lot of them have OJT job opportunities this summer, so we're very proud of them. Just know that Northeast Tech is always here for every one of you guys. We want to say thank you guys for taking time out of your schedules today to come out. Sorry that we started late, so I appreciate your patience. But thank you so much for sharing your students with us this year, and that concludes our ceremony. Good job, guys and girls.
Mark Bird. I'm the campus director here for the Claremore campus. I appreciate you showing up and helping us celebrate our students this morning. So thank you, parents, guardians, grandparents, friends, whoever you are here to help support your child, your student, whoever that may be in your life. We greatly appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to come help celebrate. We've had a great school year. These students have learned a lot. They've matured, they've grown, they've found jobs. They're just coming better and better human beings, and that's our whole goal here. But we greatly appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. Feel free to take photos. When your student crosses the stage, this little runway here in the middle is open. If you'd like to come up and get good pictures, we will stand on that stage as long as you need us to. But again, we appreciate you guys coming, and this is going to be a great ceremony for you. It won't take real long, and then we'll get you guys out of here. But I want to introduce a couple people before we get started. Mr. Charles Murphy is our student advisor here, and then Mr. Sean Christian is your student's instructor, and this is his last school year. He's retiring after 16 years, and this is going to be a special moment for us and for him, so we greatly appreciate that. But now I will turn it over to Mr. Charles Murphy.
All right, before we actually start the completion ceremony, we have a couple quick awards to hand out. We're going to start with our perfect attendance. We actually have a student in this class that had the ability to be here every day, and they were a morning student, and they actually have a full-time job. So it was amazing that he was here every day. We only had 5 for the whole campus, so Mr. Vang Lee, if you'll come to the stage and get your perfect attendance award, sir. All right, and then we're going to do one more one-off. Mr. Dakota Fox, we have several students that were in NTHS, but we're going to give him a certificate first. He actually has a full-time job, and he wasn't able to come to our ceremony 2 weeks ago, so we're going to let him come up first and get his packet. He's a member of NTHS, and so we're going to formally give him that, and then we're going to recognize all the NTHS members in a minute. So Dakota Fox, member of NTHS. All right, so we had several other students that attained the honor of National Technical Honor Society. So they're in the program. They're noted. If your student has an asterisk or like a little pi symbol, those mean something. So if you're an NTHS first year or second year member, if you'll please stand, and we can recognize all you people together. So we had several in this class. Thank you. Thank you. All right, and then the last special awards I have, we had several students that we chose to represent Northeast Tech as student ambassadors. All of these students received a poster, so hopefully they've shared it with you. If not, we have them posted up front that you can see on your way out today. But we had 3 students this year that had the opportunity to be featured on a poster for their high school. So at this time, if we could have Aurora Beyer, Zach Prudhomme, and Hunter Rue come forward to get their student ambassador certificates. All right, in the last pre-award, I apologize for all this, but as Mr. Bird said, Mr. Christian's last year is this year, and so every year he has the opportunity to have students participate in Skills USA events. Several of the students, Joseph that was up here earlier, a couple other students participated last year, but he's always done really well. But this year, we had a young man that actually finished first in the state, so he's a gold medalist, and as a result of that, him and Officer Mullinex are going to head to Atlanta, Georgia to represent Northeast Tech in the state of Oklahoma. And so we want Dakota Fox just to stand to be recognized. He placed first place, gold medalist in 3-Axis Award at Skills USA. So congratulations. Good job, Dakota. And if you looked at the Facebook page for Skills USA, Josh Smith actually stood in for Dakota. Dakota, he works full-time as well as Mr. Lee, and so he was really hurting for some coffee, and so he had to step out to get some coffee. His name was mentioned, and Josh Smith stepped up and said, I'll go on stage, which became a whole thing. So if we had more time, talk to them about the story. It involves sharing of shoes, Josh doing the little call out. It was a lot of fun. But congratulations, Mr. Fox. I hope you represent us well at Skills this summer. So appreciate that. All right, with that, I'm going to also give you guys a heads up. As we announce each one of your students today, we are going to be announcing all of the certifications that they received. And for some of them, it's quite a bit. So just know that when they're on stage, it's going to be a little awkward. If you'll just stay on stage till I'm done announcing all of your certifications. We're very proud of everything that all of you have done, but it may take a second for some of your students to exit the stage. So at that point, you guys ready to graduate? Oh, sorry, Miss Kelly, hold on a minute. She's got an announcement as well. Pre-awards, these are her thing, so.
Hello. Yes, I'm back. So yesterday we had fun day. Yeah. We had some fun, had some good times. So those of you who are graduating and leaving me, I love you all. I wish you the best. And when you're here, when you're all here with me, I love you. I protect you. I'll do whatever I can for you, and you all know that. So if you ever need anything once you leave here, you still come back. We're here for you, okay? And those of you who are returning, don't be tardy. Come on now. Some of you all know who you're talking about. You know who I'm talking about. But I'll look forward to having you back. Have a great summer. Oh, Aiden Lauer. Aiden. Yeah, I really did. Thank you, dear. I do like to talk. You all know this. Well, take this. Take this sticker. Here you go. You guys can. There you go. Oh, that's nice. So this is for the safety committee that students were doing. Who else was on that committee? Go ahead and stand up for me if you will, please. And why don't you get on stage too, Aiden? Hold on. And you guys go ahead and get on stage too. We'd like to get a picture and acknowledge him. We appreciate these students for taking their time and going to these meetings. And big round of applause. Thank you very much.
All right, good job. All right, this is probably not your typical graduation, so we apologize in advance. All right, so this time it's time for the main event. So we're going to start with Tristan Beebe. You'll come to the stage. Tristan received his CNC Machining Basic, 10-hour OSHA, NIMS Job Planning, Benchwork, and Layout, and NIMS Measurement, Materials, and Safety. So those are his certifications. Tristan Beebe. All right. Mr. Charles Cloud. All right, Charles received CNC Machining Basic, and he received his 10 hours of OSHA. Hold on. Did you get the big? Okay. All right, we're still going on our first years. And Tyler was here AM and PM, so we're going to start with his first year. So Tyler Coyle, if you'll come forward. Tyler received his CNC Machining Basic, CNC Machining, FANUC Certified, 10-hour OSHA, NIMS Job Planning, Benchmark, and Layout, NIMS Measurement, Materials, and Safety, and he will be getting his FANUC 4585 certification. Great job, Tyler. All right, Dakota Fox, all-day student. We're going to start with him receiving his CNC Machining Basic, his CNC Machining, 10-hour OSHA, FANUC 4585, Machine Tool CNC Machining Center Operator, Machine Tool Drill Press Operator, and Machine Tool Lathe Operator. Good job, Dakota. Seamus Hall. Seamus is in the morning class. He's receiving his CNC Machining Basic, his 10-hour OSHA, NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, and machine tool lathe operator. Micah Jimison. Micah is receiving his CNC machining basic. He is receiving his 10-hour OSHA, his NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, and machine tool lathe operator. Good job, Micah. Candace Kamick. Candace is also a full-time worker. She's receiving her CNC machining basic. She's receiving NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, machine tool dress press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Great job, Candace. Aiden Lauer. Aiden is receiving his CNC machining basic. He is receiving his 10-hour OSHA, NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, machine tool drill press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Great job, Aiden. And his brother, Owen Lauer. Owen is receiving his CNC machining basic, and he is receiving his 10 hours of OSHA. All right, Mr. Vang Lee. Mr. Lee is receiving CNC machining basic. He is receiving his 10-hour OSHA, NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, machine tool dress press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Good job. Mitchell Luster. Mitchell is receiving CNC machining basic, 10-hour OSHA, NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, machine tool dress press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Good job, Mitch. And our last first-year student, Mr. Zach Lucky. All right, Zach is receiving CNC machining basic and 10-hour OSHA. All right, that's our first year completers. We're moving on to second year, starting with Miss Aurora Byer. Aurora is receiving CNC machining, FANUC certified, 10-hour OSHA, NIMS CNC lathe operations, CNC mill operations, NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, first aid, CPR, AED, adult pediatric, FANUC 4585, machine tool CNC machining center operator, machine tool drill press operator, machine tool lathe operator. Good job, Aurora. Some of our students are working hard here. All right, Joshua Brown. Josh has a lot as well. So CNC machining, FANUC certified, 10-hour OSHA, NIMS CNC mill operations, NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, first aid, CPR, AED, adult pediatric, FANUC 4585, and machine tool lathe operator. Tyler is also a second year, but he received his award, so congrats, Tyler. Dakota is also considered a second year completer. He received his. So we're moving on to Zach Prudhomme. Zach is receiving CNC machining. He's FANUC certified. He is 10-hour OSHA, NIMS CNC lathe operations, NIMS CNC mill operations, NIMS job planning, bench work, and layout, NIMS measurement, materials, and safety, first aid, CPR, AED, adult pediatric, FANUC 4585, machine tool CNC machine center operator, and machine tool drill press operator. Good job, Zach. All right, Dylan is not here today, but Dylan Shoestock from Foil, we just want to take a minute to recognize him. He's been here 2 years. Tristan Tarr is currently working in the afternoon, so we will just recognize him as well. And then Anthony Vu. All right, Anthony. Anthony is receiving his CNC machining, his Fanuc, his 10-hour OSHA, NIMS CNC lathe operations, NIMS CNC mill operations, NIMS job planning, benchwork and layout, NIMS measurement, materials and safety, Fanuc 4585, machine tool CNC machining center operator, machine tool drill press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Good job, Anthony. Dominic Whedon, also graduating. He's at Foil. They're graduating today. Just want to recognize him. But our last second-year student, Mason Wilhoit. Mason's receiving CNC machining. He's Fanuc certified, 10-hour OSHA, NIMS CNC lathe operations, NIMS CNC mill operations, NIMS job planning, benchwork and layout, NIMS measurement, materials and safety, first aid, CPR, AED, adult pediatric, Fanuc 4585, machine tool CNC machining center operator, machine tool dress press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Good job, Mason. All right. And then Matt Conine. Come on up. Matt is finishing his advanced degree with us. And so Matt received NIMS CNC lathe operations, NIMS CNC mill operations, NIMS job planning, benchwork and layout, NIMS measurement, materials and safety, Fanuc 4585, machine tool CNC machining center operator, machine tool drill press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Good job, Matt. That's it. And those are our certifications. So yes. Oh, Hunter. My bad. How did I? There he is. I'm sorry. Sorry, Hunter. It's been a day. Hunter Rue, second year. Hunter received CNC machining, Fanuc certified. Let me see what else. 10-hour OSHA, NIMS CNC lathe operations, NIMS CNC mill operations, NIMS job planning, benchwork and layout, NIMS measurement, materials and safety, first aid, CPR, AED, adult pediatric, Fanuc 4585, machine tool CNC machining center operator, machine tool drill press operator, and machine tool lathe operator. Sorry about that, Hunter. Congratulations, friend. Good catch. All right. And that's poetic that he's the last one that you'll have a chance to shake. So at this point, Mr. Christian has got some words to close us out. Yeah.
It got drilled into me. I had to use a mic today. Every year I stand up here and tell you that you guys are the best group I've ever had, and it's true this year, just as true as it was last year. I've enjoyed you all being in my class. I'm tickled that you guys are my last class. That may not came out right, but that I got to be around such good students. Mom, dads, family, thank you for sending them to us. They've got a good career ahead of them. Their choices are their choices. Thank you. Well, that's about all I got, guys. Appreciate y'all. Give all these students a round of a hand. Or a round of applause. Thank y'all. I don't talk very much, so we're good. Thank you, Mr. Murphy, for you doing all the talking and saving me from messing all that up. So, all right, we're good. Yep.
All right. So at this point, we want to thank you all for coming, and once again, apologies to Hunter. He's so unforgettable. I can't believe I forgot him. But at that point, the next ceremony is not till 11. So if you want to take pictures with our backdrop, take pictures with Mr. Christian. He loves that. He's very photogenic, loves that. So you guys would have about 15 minutes and the next group will come in. So thank you all for taking the day out today to be with us and sharing your students. And students, have a great summer. Good job.
welcome to the Northeast Tech Claremore campus. I'm Mark Bird, I'm the campus director here. But thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to come celebrate your students. Thank you, parents, grandparents, guardians, for coming and being a part of our ceremony. We look forward to this every year to help celebrate our students for the accomplishments that they have made this year and the path that they're moving forward on, hopefully in career paths and in their place in the world. So thank you again. We greatly appreciate it. We're looking forward to this ceremony, and Miss Keith is our East facilitator. She's right here. And then Miss Caitlin Nagari, she is also our other East facilitator. And then I also have Charles Murphy, our student advisor here as well. So we've got a little ceremony for you guys and the slideshow going on right now to see your student. But again, this is a big day for us, a big day for the students. And thank you so much for spending your time with us and supporting your students on their path at Northeast Tech. We will continue to help support them as we move forward. So don't forget us. If you need help or support from us in any way, please contact us. Okay, I will now turn it over to Mr. Charles Murphy.
All right, Mr. Bird and I are just the opening ceremony for this event. So I'm Mr. Charles Murphy. I'm the student advisor, and part of my job here at the campus is to recruit students and then also to work with two really special groups. The first one is NTHS, which is our National Technical Honor Society. So parents and family members in your programs, if your student is an NTHS member, it's noted in the program, but I just want to take a second, since we have first year and second year students here, if you're an NTHS member, if you'll please stand, so we can give you some accolades. So there we go. Great job. So they had a ceremony. You guys are sitting. We had a ceremony a couple weeks ago, and Haley and Ryan, they were instrumental in leading that ceremony. Alumni back there, Cambridge, she helped last year with it as well. So a really great honor. It's the highest honor you can have in terms of grades and academics at a career tech system. So congratulations to all of you. The second group I get to work with are our student ambassadors. And so the East program had 3 students. Our student ambassadors are chosen to represent Northeast Tech in their high schools. These students are featured on a poster. You may also see them featured on promotional items, our website. But hopefully these 3 students have shared their poster with you. If not, when you depart today, the pictures are hanging in the entryway. We'd love for you guys to take a chance to see those. But we had 3 students. One of them is currently graduating. That's Shadow Holmes from Foyle. And then we have River Murphy from Oologah, who'll come up. And then Miss Jordan Davis from Adair. So that concludes the pre-show. Mr. Lincoln Bass is going to take it from here.
What's up, everybody? All right, so as some of you can tell, we have Kahoot music playing in the background, and so that's because for not necessarily for awards, but for certificates and certifications, well, everyone that has what we achieved will actually be playing with a little game called Guess the Baby. There's going to be a bunch of baby photos, and at the end it will announce, and we'll go from there. So get that out first. Okay, so we have loading. gonna be fun. It's gonna look nothing. Okay. So, yeah, we'll wait a few minutes for everyone to get in. Yeah, y'all can play too. Yeah. All the East kids can play. All parents, grandparents that have come can play. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We gotta make everything a game where no one listens. I think we're good. Okay, let's go ahead and start. I might botch some of these names. So here, people coming in. Okay, so we just had another person join. Is everybody who's wanting to play? Okay, so that's yeah. Yeah, didn't you make this? Faster, you do. 22. Is Ryan Beck, and Ryan Beck, please come up to the stage, please. So So Ryan Beck has achieved the following certifications in Adobe Anime and Adobe Photoshop, and we're thankful for her years here at East. Oh no. Congratulations, Ryan. All right. You guys ready for the next one? Oh, so whoever Nat is at the top, Nat's winning. Speed and accuracy. It's River Murphy. Come on up, River. River has achieved the following certifications in the Google Career Certificates for Google IT Support and Google Cybersecurity. Thank you, River, for your years here at East. All right. Up next, anyone move? Oh, Jingles took the lead. Landon following close behind, and Haley right below them. I hope the AOI ones look really weird. Oh, it's actually dark. It is Connor Knight. Connor, please come up to the stage. Connor has achieved the following certifications in Adobe. Wait, no. Is InDesign Adobe? Yeah, okay. Adobe, InDesign, and Autodesk Inventor. Thank you, Connor, so much for your years here at East. All right. Oh, Jingle's still in the lead. Oh, Connor moved up. That's good. All right, it is time to Guess the baby. The answer is Haley Pike. Haley Pike, please come up to the stage. Hold on. Haley has achieved the following certifications in Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Photoshop. Thank you, Haley, for your time here at East. Oop, not that. Up next, oop, speaking of Haley, she has a hot streak. Look at that. All right. It is time to, guess the AI baby. It is Tristan. Tristan Biggs, please come up to the stage. Tristan has completed the following certifications in Google Career Certificates for Google Project Management and Adobe certifications for Adobe Photoshop. Thank you, Tristan, for your years here at East. All right. Where's my mouse? There it is. Oh, everyone's still relatively the same. Yeah, Jingles is pushing points. Guess the AI baby again. Oh, wait. This one's easy. That was quick. I think they look the same. It's Gabriella Villapando. Gabriella, please come up to the stage. Not one wrong answer. Good job, everybody. Gabby. Where's her name? Okay. Gabby has achieved the following certifications for Adobe Photoshop and Google Career Certificates for Google IT support. Thank you, Gabby, so much for your years here at East. All right. Oop. Haley taking second. Was Haley always at second? Yeah, like Haley. Okay. All right. Looks people coming up. Landon and Patty following up. All right, guess the baby. This one's a normal photo, so it's gonna be fun. Ooh. It's Texas Doherty. Doherty. Sorry. Will you please come up to the stage? Texas has received the following certifications in Adobe Photoshop, Google Career Certificates for and Google Career Certificates for Google Digital Marketing and E-commerce. Thank you, Texas, for your years here at East. All right, guess the baby. Casey Oler, why don't you come on up? Let's give them all a big round of applause. All right. Casey has achieved the following certifications in Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, which actually combines into 2, which gives him a 3rd one for both. Thank you, Casey, so much. Yeah, wow, Jingles is destroying the competition. All right. Aww. Isabel Vogt. How do you say it? Votes? Okay, I never knew how to say her last name. Come up to the stage, Isabel. Isabel has achieved the following certifications in Adobe Photoshop and Google Career Certificates for Google Cybersecurity. Thank you, Isabel, so much for your years at East. Oh, Jingles fell. Look at that. Oler took the lead. It is time to guess the baby. It's Michaela Taylor. Why don't you come up to the stage, please? Michaela has achieved the following certifications for Google Career Certificates in Google IT Support and certificates for Adobe Photoshop and a recreational drone certification. Thank you, Michaela, for your years at East. All right, everyone's moving up. Oh, wrong button. Last one, guys. Last chance. Time to guess the baby. It is Patricia Moi. Please come on up to the stage. Patricia has received the following certifications of Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe Photoshop, and has helped me in terms of managing the Everything Claremore podcast, and we are all so grateful to her. Thank you, Patty, for your years at East. It's time to announce the winners. Got Landon in third. We got Patty in second. Oler in first. Everyone give them a round of applause. I'll turn the time back over to Miss Keith.
Look at your little dance. Okay, who was Jingles? I just have to know. Oh, wow. I feel like we should give you an award. That was some really good guessing. Hey, I think that they had an upper hand on you, so yeah, good job. Way to be fast on the trigger. All right, so this year our East class has really achieved a lot, and so we're really proud of them, and it's always an emotional time whenever we've had them for a couple of years to have this graduation day come, and we want to have fun with it, so we let them do the Guess the Baby game, which actually that's pretty much caught on, so I think that's what everybody wants to do all the time now, is Guess the Baby. We bumped it up to Kahoot this year. That makes it pretty fun to do it as Kahoot. But that way you kind of get an idea of what they've accomplished and have a little bit of fun at the same time. So it's really great. They've all gotten good certifications while they've been here, really polished up those professional skills, and we feel really confident that they're ready to go out there and tackle the world. So whatever is lying ahead in front of them for this next step, they're ready for it. And we're really, really proud of them. So we do have a couple of special recognition awards that we want to hand out real quick. And we're going to start with our East Student Champion. So this student is a student that's named early in the year. And basically they kind of are the go-between for the facilitators and the East Initiative, which is the educational nonprofit that we're a part of to be able to have this program. And they kind of help keep us on track with, what's going on and what are some deadlines that are approaching that we need to make sure that we hit. They go to student champion training at the University of Arkansas. And this year, our East student champion was River Murphy. As you guys know, you probably heard a lot of buzz around your house about March because we were heading off to East Conference. This year's class is a 2025 East Founders Award winning class. In case they didn't tell you, it's kind of a big deal. So I know they don't talk very much. I have a teenager too. But if they didn't explain it to you, basically we compete as East program to be the East Founders Award champion. And what that entails is that we have to send in a 10-minute video showing how we capitalize on the 3 pillars of East, which are student growth, project sophistication, and community and collaboration. And we competed against 50 or so other schools that sent in for the East Founders Award this year. And they watch your video, and basically, if you're showing that you're doing those 3 things better than everybody else that sent in a video, you get to be a Founders Award winner. They only choose 3, so it's a really big deal when you win it. Our team got to go on stage at East Conference in March to accept that award, and it's really the pinnacle of awards as far as an East program is concerned. You kind of set a standard, and it's hard to achieve because if you're not doing those things, you don't have a story to tell. So a lot of people ask me, like, will you share your video with us? And I always do, but the thing about it is you have to be doing the work. So if these students hadn't have tackled 104 jobs this year and everybody was working for a real client out in the community, and they're doing things like building websites, modeling 3D objects, throw me some more stuff, laser engraving, 3D modeling and printing, designing logos, social media marketing. We're all over the place offering all kinds of technical services to our clients. And so it really speaks volumes that the community trusts us to handle that work for them. We help a lot of small businesses get off the ground with, when they don't have much of a budget. We work cheap because we're working for experience. And these kids knock it out of the park every single time. It is amazing to watch them come together and help one another, accomplish things that are, these are hard things. These are adults who are, asking them to do things because they don't have the skills to accomplish those things themselves. And it can be a little bit intimidating for them to learn to speak professionally to their client. Sometimes they have to tell their client no. And believe it or not, they don't like to talk back to adults as much as that's hard for you to believe. But when it's not parents, they don't really like it that well. They do feel like it's a little bit disrespectful, but it's learning that balance between personal communication and professional communication. And this group has done such a great job of encapsulating that professionalism. We could not be more proud of them and all the things that they've accomplished this year. So it really does take a village. It takes a village to get us through the year, and we're still installing vinyl today. So that's kind of where we're at in our work world this year. To say that, when we go to East Conference, students can apply to be a part of a team that helps run conference behind the scenes. It's a really big deal to make this team because over 200 applicants will apply. We did have one student that was chosen for the East Conference Ambassador team this year, and that was Casey Oler. As part of the ambassador team, Casey was given tasks such as helping with registration and preparing for the opening session and the closing session and helping vendors find their place on the expo floor and all kinds of things. Basically, Casey went to conference with us, but we only saw him in the morning on the drive there, and then in the evening when we left, and then he got to run around and go eat with us. The rest of the time, he basically worked for East. So that's a really great accomplishment. Also, we want to recognize another student who was chosen for another job with the East Initiative, and that was an East student contributor. And this was really amazing. Go ahead and say it. There's 5 minutes left until the bell's going to ring, y'all. because we all lose track of time in that crazy classroom. So Ryan Beck was our East student contributor, and Ryan worked closely with the graphic designers of the East Initiative to design everything that went out in front of the public this year. This is huge, guys. We're talking about every t-shirt that was made for the ambassador team, for the staff to wear at East Conference, magazine layout. Help me out, what else did you work on? Logos, slideshows, animated shorts. I mean, they have really kept Ryan busy. On top of that, Ryan also made the animation that was at the beginning and end of our Founders Award video. So we've had Ryan really, really busy. East has kept Ryan really busy. I think you just turned in your last assignment like last week, right? So right up all the way to the end. This is a new program this year for the East Initiative to bring on student contributors in this capacity with helping develop graphics for conference and for what's going to be the theme of the entire year. And so we were really proud that Ryan was chosen to be a part of that. And very, very proud of the work that was put in and was turned out by you. Come on up and get your stuff. Oh yeah, we still got to print that one, y'all. We'll get it. And then our last special recognition for our students is for our Northeast Tech student contributor. I'm telling you what, I loaded on this person. And Cambry, wait back there. Cambry was student contributor last year for our program. Haley is student contributor this year for our program. So Haley trained with Cambry all last year. And here's what I want to tell you guys about this. It takes a high degree of trust for us to name this person because literally we have to make them an admin on our class Facebook page and Instagram. So you guys know, you can just probably feel the anxiety with which that happens, that we make someone an admin on our social pages. That means that not only are they just a person that we feel so strongly that we can trust with that responsibility to make Northeast Tech and East look good and filter all the content that's going to that page. So I'm truly grateful to have Haley in that position this year. I haven't had to worry one bit about posts that were going up. I know that they've been gone through meticulously for grammar errors, for making sure everyone's names are spelled right, for making sure that the posts are professional. So if you follow us on social media, all of those posts that have gone up for the most part they've gone through Haley's hands. Even if someone else wrote them, Haley was the final editor and the one who had permission to do the uploads without having to go through me first. So Haley, it's a huge responsibility. I'm so grateful for you and your work that you put in, and all of those student spotlights. If you're on Facebook and you're looking at those, seeing those be posted right now, that Haley also created the template for that, and all the graphics that are involved in building those out for our students. So, thank you, Haley. Come on up. She did. That tells you how long my memory lasts. I didn't even know she had already been up there. Okay, so the other thing we want to do is, if you are on our East Conference team, stand up. Yay! Okay, why don't you guys come around this way, and we're going to give you a certificate for being on the conference team. Totally made that decision. So just go up there as a team, and then we'll get a team pick. East Conference team, also a big deal if you make it, because we take you out of town for 4 days. And there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into the decision of who we can trust to take out of town for 4 days and all get along and be under high stress and feet hurting really, really badly. Just ignore that bell unless you need to go get on the bus. Bye, y'all.
while watching you walk out. Good job, East Conference team. And then we also have a community partner of the year. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today, but John Case from the Claremore Police Department is our community partner of the year. This was for the Bumper Bear project that he brought to us and allowed us to, we have a picture up there somewhere. Oh, it was. With Bumper Bear, if you guys live in Claremore and you follow the Claremore Police Department, you probably saw a lot of hubbub around Bumper Bear at Christmas. They were doing a scavenger hunt, and then Gabby made these golden tickets that were hidden all around town. And if someone found a golden ticket, they could take that to the police department and they would get the little Bumper Bear. We have one in our classroom if you haven't seen it. Also, if you're involved in making coloring pages, and then all of these people, and if you staple them or help put them together, that okay? We did 350 coloring books, and these artists, these artists created pages for different holidays that were all through the coloring books, and they were custom designed, hand drawn. It was really awesome. There they are. That's how happy they were to be stapling them all together. But it was a really great project to paint. And then also we had stickers. We did some stickers for him for policemen to carry in their patrol cars so that they could hand them out to little children that end up kind of in their care. And that's the whole premise behind Bumper Bear, is that police officers will be able to carry Bumper Bear in their car with them. And so if they end up in some type of unfortunate situation where there are small children involved, they can give them a Bumper Bear, and it's kind of for a comfort. And so we were excited to be a part of that project. It was a huge rollout for the Claremore Police Department, and exciting for us to be part of that. And Cam, you were part of that too. Camber created an animation for it that I saw on Facebook. It was really good.
Okay, up next is a new program that we started for students who have gone above and beyond in the classroom. It's not just about making a career for these students, but also stepping up into leadership and competing in events whenever possible. And so these ones have gone above and beyond in what's called our East Pinnacle program. And so there are 4 levels of this Pinnacle program, and they each have different requirements. You have to meet the base level and then move up to level 2, level 3, level 4. And we have had 2 reach level 2 this year with the Innovator Award, and that is Haley Pike and River Murphy.
We're just about done, I promise. I just have some parting words. I'm not gonna cry. Oh yeah, we do need it. Sorry. Oh wait, we have one more word I forgot about. So we also do choose an East Student of the Year award. And a lot of thought goes into this. So this is a person who we think encompasses strong characteristics of what a strong East student is. Okay, so good attendance, tackling projects, student growth. That one's really important to us because people come to us with all different abilities and backgrounds. And so to see a student go from maybe a really, really quiet student or shy student to a person who can stand up and command the room, that's a big deal. I mean, for the rest of their life, that's a big deal. So we do try to keep those things in mind. So it's always a really hard decision, but we boiled it down to, we did have to do two because we couldn't decide. So for our Student of the Year, we have Gabriela Villapando and Texas Doherty. Okay, for real, that's it, y'all. For real. Okay, to the graduates. How do you guys think I'm gonna make you cry? Okay. 2 years. That's 350 days times 3 hours per day. Roughly 1,050 hours or 63,000 minutes. Y'all know that's a lot of math for me. So if I'm wrong, just don't tell me. Casey. Okay? The point is, we've spent a lot of time together over the past 2 years, and we're sure going to miss you. We have no doubt that you've learned valuable technical skills that you'll carry for a lifetime. But here are a few other things that we hope you learned from your time in East. Life. It's what you make it. Your decisions now dictate what memories you're going to get to look back on in the next 10 years. Choose wisely. Make good decisions, like your life depends on it, because it does. I want you to look back in 10 years. I want you to look back in 10 years and be proud of the decisions that you made today, tomorrow, and for the years to come. Love. Everybody, always. Yes, it's a book. Go get it. It's a good book. It doesn't mean that you have to agree, look alike, act alike, share the same wins, or mourn the same losses. It simply means you choose to love people because they're human. And that alone makes them worthy. P.S. Don't forget to love yourself while you're at it. Regardless of our difference. No tears. Regardless of our differences, we chose every day to show up and love you. And we hope that you're leaving knowing and feeling that you are loved, even on the days when I'm grouchy. And we all know that happens. Scorpions. They glow under a black light. I know that now, thanks to Peyton from last year. And I may not have survived my scorpion infestation without knowing that knowledge. The takeaway is that you can win any battle if you learn who your enemy is and employ strategies that expose their weaknesses. Even if the battle's with 900 scorpions. And y'all can tell your parents about that story later if they don't already know. Work. Yes, what you know is important, but who you know is equally important. Opportunity never finds people that aren't looking for it. And remember, if you don't know the answer, Google it, because somebody out there probably has already had this problem. And they posted it on the internet because they want everybody to know that they figured it out. Sometimes life gets weary and hard. For those days, it can feel a little dark. Remember to keep pressing forward. Your knowledge and skills are a light for your path. Keep them sharp and never stop learning. And on the days when you feel like you want to quit, just remember this. We all have those days. It's okay to visit that place. but don't you dare set up camp there. Life is your game now, and the controller's in your hand. What's going to be your next move? If you can strategize how to beat all your friends at those video games, you can strategize and figure this out too. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but you can do hard things. Today, you're a champion of level 1. Just like any other time that you've leveled up, you're going to have to hit some snags along the way. That way you can learn to play at the next level. You may encounter some roadblocks. You may need to respawn. That's okay. Just don't quit. You figured out how to conquer level 1, and you'll conquer level 2 as well. I'm sure of it. So celebrate the wins, even the small ones. Thanks for a great 2 years of breaking records and making life fun. I'm going to miss you. Keep in touch. Everyone, down in our classroom, we have refreshments, a lot of them. So I need y'all to come and eat lots of sugar, okay? Before you leave. Thanks for showing up today. We love these guys. We love you for sharing them with us for the last couple of years. Sangara, you have any parting words? She's trying not to cry. All right. Congratulations, guys. We love you.